Now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Niger's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA. Residents and small business owners across Rivers, Delta, Cross River and Ondo states are lamenting the rising cost of cooking gas, which they say is placing additional pressure on their incomes. They're calling on the government to seek a permanent solution that will stabilize prices and reduce Nigeria's vulnerability to external market shocks.
The last decade has witnessed a steady increase in the use of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, popularly known as cooking gas, as a cleaner, safer and more efficient alternative to kerosene, firewood, and charcoal. While many urban households and businesses have embraced this transition, several middle-income earners and ordinary Nigerians are beginning to reconsider as a result of the continuous increase in the price of the commodity. The latest surge in the price of cooking gas follows tensions in the Middle East, which in recent months have continued to disrupt global energy markets and influence commodity prices. Business owners across Calabar, Port Harcourt and Ondo State shared with us how the rising cost of cooking gas has continued to negatively affect their operations.
It affects me well. And they say finish like that, no gain. Instead of gain, now for gas. Now they use. I never increase the price of my food. If I increase, I go they buy, I go they carry and go as go eat.
It's not an easy thing to me because all my benefit is inside the gas. So now it's hard for my children now to even get what they will eat. So I'm pleading for this government to think about what they will do to help us.
So I'm using gas to do my business. I cannot feel gas again based on how the price is. I don't tire for this gas issue. From fuel to gas, you don't follow the time now. You know if you buy fuel, you know if you buy gas.
The experience is not different for families who are now considering returning to charcoal and firewood despite concerns about health and environmental impact.
Like me, I normally fill 2 bottles. I will fill one and I'll have to fill another one for backup. But as it is, to afford one is very difficult.
And cooking with firewood recently has been causing internal heat in my body. 90% of homes uses gas, but at a point where you cannot afford to buy it, you have to fall back to firewood, and firewood here is even more expensive.
Despite leading Africa's oil and gas industry, Nigeria has long faced recurring exposure to fluctuations in the prices of petroleum products whenever there are disruptions in the international markets. Analysts say this situation has persisted largely due to the country's prolonged inability to restore full refining capacity, resulting in continued dependence on importation of refined products for domestic consumption. Prior to the most recent tensions in the Middle East, a kilogram of cooking gas sold for between 1,000 and 1,300 naira. However, the price has since risen to as high as 1,800 naira and even higher, depending on location. Public affairs analyst in Ondo State, Joshua Ayodeji, says it is difficult to justify the continued rise in cooking gas prices at a time when many Nigerians are already grappling with economic hardship.
Because security is there, one problem. Food is there, one problem. Fuel is there, one problem. Now gas, which one again should not now be a problem? There should be an ease or a relief somewhere. Not as if we should be having difficulties at every place, because it's really affecting terribly, especially for families that are still trying to keep their heads above the water in this very declining economy. It's very difficult.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Thousands of households across the Niger Delta region are set to receive cooking gas cylinders under a new initiative aimed at expanding access to clean energy. The program is being implemented through a partnership between the federal government's Decade of Gas Initiative and the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Announcing the initiative last week at the NDDC corporate headquarters in Port Harcourt, The Managing Director of the NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, and the Coordinating Director of the Decade of Gas Initiative, Mr. Ed Ubong, said the program is designed to reduce dependence on traditional fuel sources and improve the quality of life of people across communities in the Niger Delta region.
Among several other challenges that continue to affect livelihoods in the Niger Delta is limited access to clean energy for cooking, particularly in rural and riverine communities. To date, several households still depend on the use of charcoal, firewood and other traditional cooking methods that are often linked to environmental degradation, deforestation, as well as health problems like respiratory illnesses and even eye defects due to prolonged exposure to smoke. But this is about to change for thousands across the oil-rich Niger Delta as the Decade of Gas Initiative of the federal government established to transform Nigeria into a gas-powered economy and an African gas powerhouse by 2030 in partnership with the Regional Development Agency, Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, have finalized plans to distribute free cooking gas cylinders. The coordinating director of the Decade of Gas Initiative, Mr. Ed Ubong, revealed this at a recent meeting with NDDC management at its headquarters in Port Harcourt.
So what we agreed at the national level with the approval of Mr. President is that we're going to introduce 1 million cylinders free of charge every year for the next 5 years. And that is the 5 million target, 1 million per annum that we want to sort of create. Close that first cost that people say they don't have money to even buy the cylinders. But most importantly, provide them with a refill that will last for at least 6 to 12 months to allow them to migrate.
For his part, the NDDC MD, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, the initiative, which is to begin in Bayelsa State, aligns with the Commission's mandate of improving the lives and the economic well-being of the Niger Delta people.
Our intervention is not limited to only infrastructural development. Our intervention also involves human capital development. For us in NDDC, we have also done a bit in trying to ensure that we also support Mr. President's agenda of promoting gas and CNG. Just this year, the NDDC trained about 500 youths in AKUGHA State in CNG and auto gas conversion as part of a way of also preparing our youths for the future, because gas is the future.
Inside the Niger Delta.
The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, is intensifying efforts to combat drug abuse and cultism among young people in the oil-rich region through a sensitization campaign that promotes positive values, responsible behavior, and purposeful living. The Commission last week took the campaign to 3 public schools in Bayelsa State, where students were educated on the dangers of drug abuse, the consequences of cult-related activities, and the importance of making informed life choices.
Community Secondary School Oruma, Bishop Dimiari Grammar School Yanagwa, and Tarikiri Community Secondary School Ayamaijo were among the schools visited by the NDDC as part of its youth-focused awareness campaign. The exercise is part of the NDDC-led initiative to address the menace of drug abuse and cultism among young people. The campaign was in collaboration with the Nigerian Police Force and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. Health consequences of drug abuse and implications of cult-related activities were amongst issues of discussions during the program.
Your health will be failing. Your vital organs, like your lung, liver, and other things, you'll be having issues. Every day you'll be visiting one hospital to the other.
Every student should know that cultism is a criminal offense. The police will arrest you and send you to court for prosecution.
The principal of Tarikiri Community Secondary School, Ibite Matthew Noah, and the principal of Community Secondary School Oruma Obisoni Julius commended the NDDC for taking the anti-drugs campaign to secondary schools.
This has been an eye-opener to the students, and I believe from today the students will be corrected. They've learned. I'm grateful to NDDC for what they've been doing.
The program is a good thing if they are aware that is what is called self-consciousness, to be aware that this particular thing is going to be a bad thing, then the disease from it. Encourage some other persons to come and do similar program, because hearing something over and over can transform a human being.
Students who participated in the sensitization program shared lessons they learned from the sessions.
I learned that cultism is not good. If you see a cultist, don't follow them and don't be a victim of cultism, and always focus on your studies.
I've resolved that I will keep away peer pressure, friends that will not encourage me to work hard in my studies, friends that will not lead me into cultism.
Statistics by NDLEA warns that over 2 million youths across the Niger Delta are actively trapped in drug abuse. This has continued to influence them in the direction of crime and other social vices. For the NDDC, this program is specially designed to dissuade teenagers from indulging in substance abuse.
We're able to impart that knowledge that please don't join cults. Don't be a cult member. Don't listen to your peers that will give you influence, that be a cult, be in cult, do this, do that, we are covered. No, there are detriments to it.
The Commission further revealed that the sensitization campaigns are not just one-off programs, but will continue across schools in the Niger Delta as part of its commitment to creating a socially responsible Niger Delta where both old and young will lead happy and productive lifestyles.
Inside the Niger Delta, AKUGHA Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. AKUGHA Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
As Nigeria continues to grapple with increasing security challenges across different parts of the country, Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Oburewori has appealed to residents of the state to support government and security agencies, especially through information sharing, in order to sustain peace, security, and development. The governor made this known last week at the state's security summit held in Asaba, the state capital.
The past few months have not been the easiest of times for many Nigerians, as concerns over kidnapping and other security threats continue to grow. For Delta State government, it became an imperative to gather together all stakeholders in the state, including community leaders, youth groups, civil society organizations, and many other groups, for a strategy and brainstorming session with the theme, Security, a Collective Responsibility. While appreciating the efforts of government and security agencies, stakeholders in attendance, however, raised concerns about what they believe requires urgent attention.
There is a link between drug, cultism, and kidnapping. We will report the cases, they will take them to court, they are granted bail. The people will come again and start the business.
We notice in Asaba, every night, lorry loads of people will either stop at Anwai or stop somewhere at AKUGHA or in Cable Point. I believe we need to address some of those issues.
If the security agencies are able to track the numbers of CSOs and those who are against the government, but one begin to wonder why security agencies will not be able to track the bandits, kidnappers who have taken human beings to the forest and they have not been able to track them.
They, however, promised to continue to collaborate with and support the authorities in the fight against insecurity. Welcoming the position of the stakeholders, the governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborowori, noted that the task of ensuring security cannot be left to government or security agencies alone. He went on to restate his administration's commitment to ensuring the safety of lives and property in the oil-rich state.
Lasting peace can only be achieved when communities, traditional institutions, religious bodies, businesses, and citizens work together. Information that we give out to security agencies is very, very important. And sometimes the way we escalate some things are not necessary. We are escalating it to bring tension, to bring fear into our people. It's not also good. That's why we must unite against terror.
He, however, cautioned residents against revealing personal and sensitive information about themselves online, noting that such information could serve as valuable intelligence for criminal elements. For security officers, they expressed satisfaction that are particularly encouraged by the support and the commitment of the Oborowori-led administration through the security component of its more agenda, which is enhanced peace and security. They also commended the governor for what they say is his tactical and diplomatic handling of the tension around Warri area, following the release of the final report of the Supreme Court-ordered ward delineation exercise.
I must also use this opportunity to congratulate you, sir, for your numerous achievements. Without security, there is no development. So to a large extent, we can conclude, even in this introduction, that there is a semblance of security in Delta State.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doye Diri says his administration will clamp down on individuals and groups involved in all forms of illegal mining, dredging, and logging across the state. Governor Diri, who was represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Nimi Bofa Ayawe, made this known last week during an event commemorating the 2026 World Environment Day in Yenagoa, the state capital.
According to the 2023 Bayelsa State Oil and Environmental Commission report, the state may have suffered between 2 and 3.5 million barrels of oil spills over the past 60 years. The report also says as much as 1.5 barrels of oil have been spilled in Bayelsa for every man, woman, and child living in the state. The situation has continued to negatively impact the people's livelihoods and the state's natural ecosystem. While this and other environmental challenges are linked to the operation of oil multinationals, there is also evidence that some of them are perpetrated by illegal actors who are exploiting other resources like solid minerals and timber, as well as engaging in indiscriminate sand dredging in the state. Reacting to this illegal exploitation of natural resources in the state that constitute major environmental and sustainability concerns, Governor Doye Diri, who was represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Nimi Bofa Ayawe, at a recent event to commemorate the 2026 World Environment Day, frowned out these illegal activities.
The Ministry of Environment shall commence a comprehensive statewide compliance audit of all major dredging, sand mining, black sand excavation, and natural resource extraction operations. No environmental surveys, carbon projects, biodiversity assessments, ecosystem service programs, aerial mapping, or natural resource activity shall proceed in any community without prior notification and formal clearance from the relevant state agencies.
He added that the state's ecosystem has continued to suffer over the years, stressing that all hands must be on deck to ensure that the environment and its natural resources are protected and managed in accordance with global best practices and environmental standards. For other stakeholders present at the event, they were particularly concerned about the safety standards of some oil multinationals operating in the state.
These multinational companies are very terrible people. After they are through with their slugs, they got a ram badge, a dump badge, and got all these things inside the dump badge, and they were using pumping machine to flush these things into the river.
Firstly, I want to say the disappearing nature of ogbono trees in our forests is a challenging development. Our efforts at regenerating our forests is not enough.
The stakeholders, however, were unanimous in their call for collective action towards building a cleaner, greener and safer Bayelsa state. The event also featured cultural performances, including traditional dances that showcased the rich heritage, identity and cultural pride of the oil-rich state.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Members of the Ologbosere family worldwide have described their patriarch, Pa Hickson Oporokun, as a brave and courageous leader who never wavered in standing for justice and ensuring that truth prevailed at all times. They made this known last week at a ceremony in Warri to formally announce the passing of the revered elder statesman who joined his ancestors at the ripe age of 106.
The atmosphere is solemn as members of the Ologbosere family, alongside other Ishekiri sons and daughters, gathered for the official announcement of the passing of the Olori Ebi of the Ologbosere family, Pa Hickson Oporokun. Some are unable to hold back their tears. Until his passing, the centenarian served as the Olare Ebi, that is, the oldest man of the Ologbosere descendants. He also held the position of Olare Aja of Jakpa community in Warri North local government area of Delta State. His years of service and leadership to the Ologbosere family remain widely recognized and respected across the Ishekiri nation. Those present extolled his virtues of courage, integrity, wisdom and commitment to tradition, qualities they say continue to serve as a guiding light for generations coming behind.
A genius of his type, a man to be remembered from time to time. I pray that his gentle soul rest in perfect peace.
He does not commonize people. He has respect for both the young and old. And Papa speaks the truth at all times.
My father is a disciplinarian. He's a truthful man. He's a strict man, as people would say, but my father is an upright man.
Pa Hickson will also be remembered for playing a significant role in addressing disputes within the Warri Kingdom involving the Olu of Warri, Ogiame Atuwashe III, and the 8th Ologbosere of Warri Kingdom, Chief Ayiri Emami. At the instances in which Chief Ayiri was stripped of his title as Ologbosere of Warri Kingdom by the Olu of Warri, Pa Hickson publicly called for a reversal of the decision and maintained that Chief Ayiri remained the rightful Ologbosere of the kingdom.
I heard the Olu installed another person as Ologbosere of Warri. The Olu as the Apamasin of Shekiri. We were not able to tell him that day that what he's doing was wrong. But now, I think we have put this matter into court to make him know that that decision should be changed. The only person we know and we have approved, we the Ologbosere descendants, approved, agreed upon is Chief Ayiri Emami.
For Chief Ayiri Emami, the passing of Pa Hickson represents a monumental loss not only to the Ishekiri nation but also to Delta State and Nigeria at large.
Kwaoporuku is a man with integrity. He's one among the few elders in Chekri Kingdom that will stand by the truth. Few of such people happen to be in this present day society where people will use money to change the actual facts.
Among several other notable contributions to the Ishekiri Kingdom, Pa Hickson, while serving as the Ologbosere of Warri Kingdom in 2015, crowned His Royal Majesty Ogiame Ikewonli I. Pa Hickson Jofoton Oporokun was born in December 1919 and passed on June 4, 2026, leaving behind a legacy of leadership and commitment to the preservation of Ishekiri culture and tradition.
Inside the Niger Delta.
And before we go, we join family, friends, well-wishers, and indeed the people of Delta State in celebrating the governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, who turned 63 last week. Mr. Governor, you have indeed been a servant leader and a remarkable community developer, even long before your emergence into public office. The achievements recorded under your administration across the 25 local government areas of the oil-rich state reflect your purpose-driven leadership, progressive mindset, and commitment to the development of Delta State. From all of us at Inside the Niger Delta, we wish you continued success, good health, and many more fulfilling years ahead. We remain hopeful that your leadership will continue to bring progress, prosperity, and peace to the people of Delta State. We say happy birthday to the Ukodo of the masses.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's the size of our package on the program for today. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Niger's oil-rich region, will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles shown right now on your screens. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for tuning in. Bye for now.
Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.